There is a version of this story the public sees, carefully edited and composed. In front of cameras, statements are measured, emotions controlled, and appearances maintained. Most people have only witnessed this surface layer, an image of strength, calm, and professionalism. Savannah Guthrie stood poised through one of the worst crises of her life, inspiring admiration and respect. Videos circulated, messages of support were shared, and prayers were offered. Yet behind the poised exterior lies a reality that most cannot grasp. The full weight of a daughter's fear, uncertainty, and heartbreak during the abduction of her elderly mother. The public and private divide Savannah's life now runs on two parallel tracks. The public track demands composure, clarity, and restraint because millions are watching, and the stakes are high. Every word spoken is scrutinized, every gesture analyzed. Yet simultaneously, there is a private, internal track where Savannah faces raw human anguish. Her mother, Nancy Guthrie, has been taken against her will, and there is no certainty she will return safely. This duality, the necessity to remain functional publicly while experiencing unimaginable private grief, compounds the tragedy, revealing a pain that no headlines can fully capture. The physical urgency, the immediate danger is terrifying. Nancy Guthrie is 84 years old and requires heart medication daily to survive. The absence of this medication is not merely inconvenient, it is life-threatening. Each hour without proper treatment increases the risk of serious harm. The kidnappers' actions created a countdown that goes far beyond ransom deadlines. It is a physiological countdown. Savannah carries the awareness of this risk every second, balancing it with public expectations. The knowledge that her mother's life could be in imminent danger is a constant, invisible weight, one most people could not bear without crumbling under its pressure. The weight of strength, Savannah's ability to function publicly, is remarkable, but it is also a source of deep tragedy. She is not strong because she is invulnerable. She is strong because she was trained from childhood to hide vulnerability. Every public display of poise reflects decades of conditioning rather than mere resilience. Her life has taught her to perform under pressure, to suppress the private ache of uncertainty, and to meet every expectation without faltering. While many praise her for strength, it is this very strength, born from rigorous expectations, that intensifies the personal cost of the crisis she now endures. Childhood conditioning. The roots of Savannah's composure run deep. Her mother raised her with the belief that weakness invited consequences, that vulnerability was a liability, and that love was earned through achievement and discipline. These lessons became the architecture of her identity. By adulthood, they were inseparable from her sense of self. She learned to manage fear, disappointment, and loss by prioritizing action over emotion. At 54, this conditioning continues to shape her response to a crisis that would devastate most. The very strategies that allow her to function publicly also underscore the private toll of living a life guided by performance. The hunger within love expressed through high expectations creates a subtle, enduring hunger. Savannah's achievements, the admiration of colleagues and millions of viewers, cannot fully fill it. Deep inside, she has long questioned whether she is enough, beyond achievement, beyond performance, beyond the approval of others. This question has followed her since childhood. The crisis with her mother has not created it. It has exposed it. Even as she performs flawlessly in public, the internal longing for unconditional affirmation remains. It is a quiet, ongoing tragedy. The search for reassurance from the one person whose opinion mattered most from the beginning. The silent tragedy. This inner struggle is the quietest layer of Savannah's tragedy, yet it is among the most painful. It is not dramatic, and it does not produce visuals for news cameras. It is the anguish of a woman who has spent decades celebrated and yet still wonders if she is enough in the eyes of the person whose love formed her. Every smile, every composed statement, every public expression of courage masks the private ache of longing for reassurance. The world sees competence and grace. She experiences the ache of an unresolved, lifelong question. Am I truly enough? The missing words. A conversation with a colleague captured the essence of what has been absent in Savannah's life. Even at 54, in the midst of unspeakable stress, she continues to seek the simple affirmation that her mother could give. Her mother's love, expressed with expectation rather than unconditional reassurance, left Savannah conditioned to measure worth by performance. The crisis has intensified this dynamic. The person who could provide the definitive answer, the reassurance that she has always longed for, is missing. The public sees resilience. Privately, she is waiting for words she has never fully heard. The price of performance. Savannah's composure is both a testament to her upbringing and a reflection of the cost of that upbringing. She has learned to survive under pressure, to meet every demand, to perform flawlessly. Yet these very skills, honed to perfection, obscure her need for simple human affirmation. The greatest gift she could now receive is not guidance, not another demonstration of expectation, not another reminder to stay strong. It is 3 words that require no achievement, no effort, no strength. I love you. These words would break through decades of conditioning, offering reassurance she has been waiting for her entire life. The core tragedy, the deepest tragedy of Savannah Guthrie's current ordeal, is not just the abduction or the ransom, it is the absence of her mother's voice affirming her worth. For decades, she has questioned herself in ways no public recognition can resolve. The person who could answer definitively, her mother, was suddenly taken from her. Every moment of composure, every statement crafted for public consumption, every smile held through despair is underscored by this profound absence. It is a tragedy layered over another tragedy, the kidnapping and the lifelong hunger for unconditional affirmation intersecting painfully in the present. Bringing her home. What Savannah needs most is simple and unambiguous. When her mother returns, the gift she can offer is the reassurance Savannah has longed for, unconditional love. Not earned, not measured, not tied to performance. Just love. These words can provide closure to a lifelong question that has shaped her identity, offering relief that is deeper than any professional recognition or public admiration. The crisis underscores the complexity of human strength and vulnerability. The woman who seems unshakable publicly is carrying an invisible, intimate burden that can only be alleviated through love and presence. Conclusion: Savannah Guthrie's tragedy at 54 is layered, profound, and deeply human. The public sees a composed professional. Privately, she is a daughter grappling with fear, uncertainty, and unresolved longing. The abduction of her mother magnifies decades of emotional conditioning and the internal question of worth that has accompanied her entire life. While the world admires her strength, the most essential comfort remains absent. The crisis illuminates a truth many overlook. Even the strongest people carry vulnerabilities shaped by love, expectation, and longing. When her mother returns, it is these words, "I love you," that will finally bring the relief and affirmation she has always needed.